Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today here. Again, we are here with the Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences to go over some financial aid updates, FAFSA updates, things like that. I'm Luke Wilson. I am one of our admission counselors over here. And with me is our wonderful financial aid professional, Felicia Sorrentino. Felicia, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Felicia Sorrentino, Senior Associate Director here in the Student Financial Services Office at MCPHS University.
Thank you so much. So before we get rolling, I do like to do a couple of quick reminders so it's fresh on everyone's mind. Starting piece, we still have our deposit deadline of May 1st. There is some importance to when you submit your deposit, especially if you're planning on living on campus here in our residence halls. The sooner you submit your housing deposit, and by which I mean you need your whole deposit, the 500 tuition and 300 for housing. Once you submit those together, that is officially your deposit date. And the sooner your deposit date, the higher you are on the list to be placed into housing. So if you have a significant spot that you want to live on campus, the sooner you deposit, the better it is for you there. Couple other things that you want to be mindful of as far as those processes are concerned. After you've deposited, that opens up your residence life portal. Along with your login credentials that you need to get in there and things like that. May 15th is the housing submission deadline for those housing forms. So you don't want to be waiting way on down the line to submit a deposit and things like that for housing, because once we pass that May 15th deadline of you getting the housing forms in, you're at the very bottom of that list. And again, if you care about where you're living, that can have some effect there. Not to put extra pressure on, we still have plenty of time to figure out all the important details like cost and financial aid, which is part of why we're here today. One other thing that I want to make sure you guys have on your housekeeping items, we've started sending out financial aid packages already. We've opened up our residence hall portal and started people doing those housing processes already. A lot of stuff's already in motion here. If you believe you have finished the FAFSA and you go in and you sign in and it says it has processed, but you haven't gotten any word from us yet, we may not have your social security number on file, and that might be the holdup there. So if that's the case for you, if you're certain that you submitted your FAFSA, it shows as processing when you log in with your FSA ID, but we haven't reached out and we say we don't have it, that's likely the outcome there. And that's where you want to contact either our admissions office or the financial aid office. Make sure you give us your social security number over the phone. Please, I implore you, do not text or email your social security number to me or anyone at any point in your lifetime. That is not a secure way to say that. That's how you get your identity stolen. So please call us directly, give it to us over the phone. The admissions office phone number is 617-732-2850. Felicia, what number do they want to call for financial aid?
617-732-2864.
Wonderful. Awesome. So forgive me for the housekeeping notes at the start. Let's get into the important information here. So Felicia, do you mind starting out with some updates of where we're at with awarding and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I also just wanted to remind you that if you have completed your FAFSA and we do have your social, just make sure our school code is also listed, which is 002165. If you have completed your FAFSA, be on the lookout for your financial aid package. You will be receiving an email from sfs@mcphs.edu with your username and password to log into the self-service portal. In that email, you will be able to directly click on the link, and once you enter your username and password, you will be sent a one-time passcode from datatel@mcphs.edu. This is two-factor authentication for you to sign into self-service and view your award letter. Also in the email, we would like for you to reply and let us know if you will be living with your parent. Once you log into the self-service portal, you'll be able to click on financial aid counseling up at the top. And then from there, you can select award letter and you'll be able to view your financial aid award letter from MCPHS. Luke, do you want to talk about what may be included in their award letter?
Yes, certainly. So whenever we have your FAFSA and we're ready to put together that full financial aid offer, that isn't just your merit scholarship, right? Because you guys already saw that information from when you were first admitted. You found out you were in, and also what your merit offer was going to be. There are other pieces that are going to be in there, and it will vary depending on family financial information that gets pulled directly from your taxes. You may qualify for need-based grants from us, MCPHS as an institution. You may qualify for need-based grants from the federal government. If you're a Massachusetts resident, you may qualify for need-based grants from the state of Massachusetts as well. Those are all scholarship and grants. Those are free monies that go directly towards your tuition. There's no repayment or anything like that needed in those processes. So that's a great money. What you may also see on there is federal work study. I like to be very distinct in saying, do not calculate federal work study towards your cost of your education. Those monies are not guaranteed. If you don't get a part-time job on campus, it's not going to be, you're not going to be receiving it. It doesn't get reallocated into a different form of aid or something like that. Also, if you do get a part-time job on campus, you get paid by paycheck, just like you would any other job. It's your money. It's your choice on what you want to do with it. You don't have to put it towards tuition if you don't want to. The whole design of the program was actually so you could make some money on the side to pay for everyday living expenses, being an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old, wanting to do stuff with your friends, go out for coffee, pizza, that kind of stuff, right? So keep that in mind. Don't incorporate that federal work study into your cost of your education with us or any school. Last thing that will be listed in there that will be on every single person's FAFSA package are federal loan programs. Most of you will see $5,500. Some of you will see $8,750 if you're in one of our 3-year bachelor degree programs, because you have that third semester built in there. Some of you might see a larger amount if you file as an independent student. So keep that in mind, that those are federal loan programs. You're not required to take those loans. But ultimately, it's good to know that that money's there. It's already approved if you want to use it. Interest rates haven't been set yet for those. The federal government sets the interest rate for their federal Stafford loan programs, typically right around late May, early June, somewhere in there. It's set by the Federal Reserve, correct, Felicia?
They're typically released after July 1st.
Thank you. All right. Money's dispersed after July 1st, or actual interest rates dispersed after July 1st?
Interest rates are typically set after July 1st.
Thank you for correcting me. See, that's why I asked the question. That's why we have Felicia here. Be mindful of that, those pieces right there as well with regard to those loan programs when they come out. And again, they're optional. You're not required to take them, but they're pretty, they're among the better options you'll have as far as loans are concerned, with what the actual cost of that loan will be over the repayment period of it and things like that, because of the design of how they apply interest and things like that. And we can go over that in a one-on-one basis, which is actually an important next thing that I want to make sure we discuss here, is that once you have these awards, don't just sit on them and assume. Reach out to us. We want to have a very thorough conversation around what your cost is going to be, and then also planning for next steps and things like that. We don't just want to set it at, well, this is cost, figure it out. We want to make sure you have an understanding of what your different payment options are, how you go about that, what your timeline is to set those up. We can do those through online appointments. We can do those through phone appointments. We can do those in person. It can be an individual financial aid appointment as a standalone, just that appointment, or you can do it when you come onto campus for your day event. We'll even go to the extent of doing these at accepted student days if you guys are going to be coming to those later on as well. So all of that is important pieces. Felicia, what would you add to that piece as well?
Yes, just take advantage of our expertise. We're here to help you navigate through this time. We know it can be challenging. If you make a one-on-one appointment, you could see anyone from the admission team, including Luke, or the financial aid team, including myself. I also wanted to talk a little bit about students who may have not received a financial aid package from our office just yet. If you believe that you've completed your FAFSA, we have your social security number and our school code is listed. You may be missing a document that we need from you, or a correction may need to be made on your FAFSA. Corrections will be available to be made starting next week. And we will also reach out to you if there's something that is missing and that we need from you before we can give you a financial aid award package. Either way, more than welcome to reach out to our office and we can review anything FAFSA related, or any questions that you may have on your FAFSA in general. So please reach out to us. Again, our number is 617-732-2864. And our email address is sfs@mcphs.edu.
Thank you so much. And then just so you guys know, we all work as a team here. It's not very siloed. If you have extra questions and are also trying to set up appointments and things like that, you can use the admissions office as a resource as well. Our email is admissions@mcphs.edu. And again, phone number, if you would like to call, 617-732-2850. Schedule those meetings once you have those aid packages in hand. Let's make sure we have everything clear and transparent and you understand everything down to a T, as accurate as possible. Anything else you'd like to add, Felicia?
Nope, I think that's it. We can't wait to see you on campus.
Indeed. Thank you so much for joining us. Have yourselves a wonderful day.
Thanks, everyone.